Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Mallorca Under the Sun, and I am down here for my third live, and let's see how this one goes today. Now, I don't know whether you can see me or whether you can hear me properly, but if someone can let me know in the chat below, I'll be really grateful. Okay, so I am down here. I'm in Palma this evening actually. I'm in a suburb of Palma called Ciudad Jardin. I'm just going to flip the camera around so you can see. Hold on. Okay, so I'm down here in Ciudad Jardin, and it's about a couple of kilometres out of Palma. And this is one of my favourite areas on the island, and I think I say this about every single place I go to. But yes, this is one of my favourite areas. It's just fantastic down here. It's a couple of kilometres out of the city. It adjoins Molinar and Portichol and Molinar I should say, and it is the coastal area that runs right the way up to the airport. So if you're more used to hopping on the bus at the airport and going down to the resorts like Palma Nova or Magaluf or Santa Ponza, you will completely bypass Ciudad Jardin, because this is like one of Palma's city beaches, and you can see here, you can see the sun is on its way down. Oh, I can see a comment. Hi, is that Edward? Nice to see you. By the way, if you are watching this on replay, it will have been filmed live. So if you hear me doing shout outs to people, it's because I'm getting messages up in the live chat, and I think you can go back and see these as well and follow it through by hitting the live chat button. I can see Sandy. Hi Sandy, how are you doing this evening? And who else? Glyn, nice to see you, Glyn. Hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah, so, and also before I continue, I just want to give a really quick shout out as well to Billy, to Corinne, and also to Kirsty Ashmore as well, who are big supporters of my Facebook group. And I found a message in my in my Facebook messages, and I want to just give them a very quick shout out and just to say thanks for your support, guys. You guys are awesome. And I also apologise as well if I can't catch all the messages. It's because they do pop up quite quickly, but I can just see Andrew McVeigh's come on as well. Okay, so we're going to start heading in the direction of Palma, and we're just coming down into Ciudad Jardin, and it's 8:15, look, and people are still on the beach. Now, I'm hoping this live stream is going to be a little bit steadier than the last ones. Please let it be so. And if it is, I've got my phone on it's something called a gimbal, and it's not streaming through the gimbal, so I don't know whether the stabilisation's working, but if you can please let me know if it works okay for you and it looks a little bit better than the last live streams, I'll be grateful. Also guys, I'd really appreciate if you could help out my channel and just give me a thumbs up as well. It'll kind of help push out my video to other people. Now you can see, look, this is the start of some of the restaurants down here in Ciudad Jardin, and these are great little Spanish tapas bars as well. If you ever want to get out of the resorts, it's definitely worth maybe coming into Palma sightseeing for a day, and then either hopping on a bus from Plaza España or Plaza Reina and coming down to Ciudad Jardin and coming to the beach here. Even at this time of night, as you can see, it's we've had about 30 degrees today. It's been absolutely El Scorchio, I've got to say. It's been a warm one today. Summer's suddenly hit, and but everyone's still out, and a few people are starting to get ready and go out for dinner, but a lot of people are still on the beach. Oh, I can see. Is that? Oh, I missed your name. Is that Tony? That you couldn't get out? You can't get out here. We'll talk about that later. Hey. We'll talk about the whole UK situation at the moment in just a tick. But yeah, as we're approaching 8 o'clock, this is kind of the time where a lot of locals start thinking about coming out for dinner, and that's the locals that really do dine early, because it's more customary to come out and dine in the restaurants from about 9:30. And I've never got used to that Spanish tradition. I always have to have a second supper, or like a dinner number one is about 6 o'clock, then go out and have dinner again, because I just can't last till I get my food at around 10 o'clock. It's torture. So yeah, so this area down here, I mean, you get a lot of people from the city coming down to Ciudad Jardin. Oh, hang on a second. I'm just going to turn the camera around up here because you can see our location here. It's right behind the airports. Just before you hit Campastilla and Arenal, and you can see there's a flight leaving as well. So this area is good for plane watching too. But yeah, so this area attracts a lot of locals, especially in the evenings, and they'll come down with literally patio furniture. We're talking full-on tables and chairs, and they'll come down here and just bring their own dinner, huge cool box for the food, and spend the evening down here. Now it's a real shame with all the restrictions that the government's decided to shut the beaches at 10 o'clock until 6 a.m. So I don't know quite how that's going to roll as we go into July and August, because look, you can see people here, they're having a birthday party, got tables out on the beach. Life kind of looks like quite normal down here, and it's a lot busier down here than in so many of the resorts around the island as well. Look, I'm just coming up past the kiddies playground too. So it's quite a good place to come down with your kids too. Yeah, so this stretch, this whole stretch that I'm walking along runs from Palma city centre, pretty much, from the Paseo Maritimo, all the way out beyond the airport, out to Arenal, and it's about a 16 kilometre route. And you can literally walk it if you wanted to, and I have done it a couple of times. But you just hug the coastline, and it's so pretty along here. Now, I did mention that people do come out here with their patio furniture, and we're just passing a family here that have them. As you can see, they've come out with they've come out literally for the evening. So I'm walking in the direction of Palma, and we're heading towards Molinar, and we're heading towards Portuchol as well, and then the next stop after that is Palma City. And it's very, very Spanish down here, as I've said before. And this area is a great place to come for seafood as well. Where I started my walk, actually, and behind me, which I should have maybe shown, is a restaurant called El Bungalow, and another Spanish tapas bar called El Piñón. And they're fantastic places to go. El Bungalow for the paella, El Piñón for their tapas. And you get the views right across the bay as well. It's a pretty amazing spot to come for dinner. Now, they do have some hotels down here, and you can actually see them from your flight as you come into the airport. We've got the Villa del Mar. Now, unfortunately and sadly, that doesn't look like it's open at all, and it isn't. It's shut. So they normally have a restaurant here as well. We've come down here with work before. But you can see this hotel as you come into land, as you fly across the ocean here towards the airport, and this white hotel, and there's another turquoise one a little bit further up as well, which are good landmarks for Ciudad Jardin. Okay, I'm going to walk quite quickly here. I'm going to have to keep talking because I can hear music, and eventually when I monetize my channel I don't want a copyright claim, so I'm just going to chat really quickly and go past here so it doesn't pick up which music is playing. Oh no, right, okay. Going a little bit further. Okay, so volleyball's really big in Mallorca as well. You can see all one of the nets are out on the beach. People are playing volleyball. I mean, it's really good to see here. It really does feel like life's got back to normal. And there's a little market down here. Look, someone's selling paintings, which is quite cute. Okay, so we're just going to come up the walkway here. Now, in the summer months down here as well, each of the little districts have summer fiestas or summer parties, and I remember in years gone by, they'd have like fireworks on the water. Everyone would be out on the beaches, and it'll be such a fantastic atmosphere, but sadly this year I think all of that's going to be cancelled. And we're coming up to San Juan as well, which is a public holiday on the, I think it's the night of the 23rd of June, which is it's normally a night where we all go down to the beaches, and on the stroke of midnight you jump over a fire or a candle and jump into the sea. And that's always been the best night of the year, but they're closing the beaches, so it's not going to happen this year. It didn't happen last year, and it's not going to happen this year either. It's a bit crazy because it's kind of like, if I look back and I see all those people on the beach there, all those volleyball players that we just went by, you can do that, but you can't jump over a little fire at midnight and run into the sea. Don't understand that, but hey, I'm not the one making the rules. So it's a little bit quieter up here. I hope you can still hear me. Can you still hear me and see me? Glyn, I just saw that you said something then I missed it. I don't know how to slow down the comments actually on this. They kind of appear and just go again. Okay, so as I said before, this area is, I can see Peter de Padrinas. He just sent me a WhatsApp. It just appears on my screen. Hi Peter, I hope you're watching. And I can see someone else, you've just arrived on the island today. I hope you're enjoying it. You've got here to enjoy some really nice weather. We've had some really iffy weather the past week or so. We've had rain and it's been a bit cool, so welcome. If you've just arrived on the island, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the camera around. Just going to stop for a bit of a breather. Okay, so I'm holding this gimbal. It's quite heavy. Hold on, I can see another comment. I can't see, it's gone. Yeah, we've had really weird weather this past week or so. And normally summer hits on the 3rd week of June every year, but it's kind of like hit in the last 48 hours, and it's just suddenly got really hot. But so I'm coming down here because normally when you come down to Ciudad Jardin later on in the summer, it gets really hot down here. So anyway, we're going to keep on walking towards this way, towards Palma. See, a lot of people are out walking their dogs as well. So there's a cycle path. Actually, look, you can see, I'll just show you. There's a cycle path that runs along this walkway. You can see somebody going down it there, look. And this is the cycle path here that runs all the way out beyond the airport, all the way up to Arenal. And you can literally go from the city all the way out to Arenal. And when I lived in Palma Old Town, I used to have a bike and do this route all the time. I used to come down here running as well on the evenings when I used to run. Don't bother with that anymore. Not while I'm walking around with a camera anyway. So yeah, this area here is like it used to be a really old fishing area, and it's undergone quite a lot of regeneration over the past 10 to 15 years. And the properties here, I mean the property prices here have gone absolutely sky high. I mean, these are it doesn't look like it, but these properties are multi-million euro frontline properties, and it's pretty much impossible to get a frontline property down here for under 600,000 euros. And I did have a quick look on the property website before I came out, and the cheapest I could find for a 1-bedroom, 66 square metre apartment was 600,000 euros in the front line. I mean, that's just insane. But I mean, if you're waking up to this view every day, and you can see, I don't know whether the streaming extends far enough to see the plane coming in over the water. I think it's a Ryanair. Tell you what, guys, when you live here long enough, you turn into a plane. Yeah, it's a Ryanair. You turn into a plane spotter. Good evening, family of Greg. I think that was. I just saw you pop up there. So there are a couple little beaches down here, but this area it's become very gentrified. It's become very trendy as well. And you can understand it because the walkway here, I mean, it's like one of the biggest leisure areas on the island, because people come here, down here to scoot, to skate, come down here on their bikes, come down here to exercise as well. It's just an absolutely fab area. Someone just said it's 9 p.m. in Mallorca. No, it's 8 p.m. It's just coming up to, I think we've been going live now for 15 minutes. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. in Mallorca. Otherwise my watch will be wrong. I'd love to know where you're listening from this evening as well, where you're watching from this evening. Are you watching from the UK or elsewhere in Europe or stateside? I know we have got quite a few Americans in my Facebook group, which is fantastic to see, and it's good to hear that we have some Americans coming out to visit us on the island next week too. Sadly though, guys, in the UK that doesn't include you, and I'm quite sad to say as well that my flight was cancelled back to the UK in July yesterday. So it went from being consolidated onto another EasyJet flight to full on cancelled. Now actually, look, I've got a tip for you, because this is my theory that has kind of like worked for the past year in preempting what's happening with the travel scene at the moment. So if you go onto the EasyJet website, or you go onto like any of the other airline websites and see if you can find daily flights in the coming weeks, you'll see on EasyJet, particularly, I mean, I'm talking about Bristol here, I always fly into Bristol. The flights are pretty much like 2 a week now until the week of the 19th of July. So there's lots of rumours in the press today that Boris is going to extend the lockdown, whatever it is, extend the opening of Freedom Day for another month or another 3 weeks or something. And that is in line with what the airlines are doing. So somebody knows something somewhere, and maybe it's not just a rumour, hey. So always go and check the airline websites, because I remember before Christmas as well, when I went to book my flight, there was literally nothing available. And I phoned the airline and they told me everything had sold out, which was nonsense, because 2 days later we entered lockdown number whatever, lost count, number 3 and number 2 or something like that. So yeah, so check the airline websites. If you can't see plenty of availability for flights, looks like it's not going to go ahead. So I think these rumours are true. So anyway, I can't see that comment. Anyway, oh, somebody's at the airport, my goodness. Right, hold on, I'm going to flip back again. Okay, so let's keep walking. Now coming up this week as well, we have news here in Majorca and in Europe too, that they're going to be setting up a vaccine passport. So anyone that's had their 2 jabs, and after I think a couple of weeks have passed, we're going to be entitled to get a vaccine passport electronically, which will allow us to travel to any of the EU countries, as long as they're not under any kind of like state of emergency or ridiculously high coronavirus rates. So it's such a shame. I'm not going to mention Brexit, but my goodness, if ever there was a time when we didn't want Brexit, it would be now, because I mean, sadly this doesn't include the UK. Okay, I'm just coming up past as well. If you're walking up this way as well, there's a great ice cream shop just here as well. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, I'm coming up past more music. I think there's a way I can mute my live, but I can't figure it out yet. So if you're watching back on replay and it goes suddenly quiet, I've had to mute this section. Okay, so we'll just get past this beach here, but you can see more people. Look, everyone's out fishing as well. Hi from Edinburgh. I just saw a comment pop up too. I hear the weather's nice over in the UK at the moment. Okay, someone's just asked about COVID tests and how much they are. Go onto my channel after this live finishes. I made a video all about it. And the government they've said they're going to standardise the cost of COVID tests to €30 for an antigen and €75 for a PCR. But there are some There are some hotels offering a little bit more than that actually. So they're charging a few €100. But if you actually get to the clinics yourself, shop around a bit. My advice is if you're staying in a resort, have a look around the clinics. Don't necessarily book the COVID test with the hotel you're staying at, because you might be paying a little bit more than than you should be paying. Shouldn't be more than €30 or 75. That's it. And there's plenty, I mean, everyone's cashing in on COVID this summer. It sounds awful to say, but it's true. So if you're worried about finding a COVID test anywhere, please don't worry, because they're readily available. You can pick them up as easily as a café con leche or a bebeta. Just less fun, really. Passing another really nice little bar down here. I think it's called Sori. Can't pronounce it, it's got an S, but it's another nice little Spanish bar. You can get some nice tapas in there too. Oh, someone's just said that Melia Hotels has got a special price. I hope it's a good special price. If it's not, have words with them. Because like I said, they shouldn't be charging more. The government promised, let's see if they deliver. Okay, so in front of me, can you see this pointy thing right in front of me? I don't know what it's called, but we call it the pointy thing. And it's a monument that lights up at night. It's really pretty. I mean, it's a landmark here down in Molinar. If anyone knows the official name for it as well, I'm probably the wrong YouTuber to talk about history of the island. So yeah, the pointy thing is a landmark. It's a good meeting place. It's a place we always walk to. Now, talking about walking up here, actually, let me just have a quick look back. Talking about walking up here with dogs, because you do see a lot of dogs down here. And I'm just having a little bit of a look around because I'm seeing if I can find the actual building. Let me have a look. No, it's a little bit further up, I do believe. Now, if you've been on my channel before and you're not new to my channel, actually, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of June. Now, I've just sailed past, actually. Hang on a second, 2, 3, 9. Yep, I've done it. I've sailed past. I've been chatting away way too much. But as many of you know, I've been walking around some hotels on the island, but the one hotel I have not been to yet is just a little bit further down here. And I'm looking for the sales. It is called Pooch's Hotel, and they do not accept human beings. They accept dogs only, and it's one of the #1 luxury boutique hotels for dogs in Europe. And you have to check out Simon Reeves's Instagram account and his Facebook page if you like watching dogs on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever. Check his page out because it's hilarious. I mean, the dogs here, they'll come for their holiday while their owners go away, and they're literally treated to the best holiday, even probably better than their owners are going to get. So, you know, these dogs sleep in luxury made bedrooms, and they have like luxury treats. So please check out his page because it's absolutely hilarious. And you know, maybe one day we'll go and check out the hotel as well. We'll do a dogs edition. Okay, so I'm just getting up to the pointy thing. Sorry, Simon, I've just sailed past your place. I do apologise. So yeah, this is a great place to come and get some air, which I'm going to go and do here. Hey Mike, yeah, I know. I wish a lot of people here wish they were dogs and could check into that hotel. It's absolutely fantastic. It's just like a little bit further, somewhere down here. But I mean, you know, he has a roof terrace, so the dogs get like amazing views. You can see the planes coming in here as well. So you can walk all the way around this, around the pointy thing. And we always come down here, we always come down to Ciudad Jardin and Molinar and Portichol over the winter because it's the kind of the go-to place to come for a nice Sunday walk or a cycle. And in the summer, it's just great to come down here for dinner too. I've just missed a message. I think that, someone's from Gothenburg. I can't see, I'm so sorry. Okay, you can see some people here have pitched up for the evening as well on the beach. It's nice and quiet down here. There are fewer restaurants. And I don't know if you can see far away in the distance, you can see the Palma Cathedral as well. I know we're getting past 8 o'clock now and there's still people on the beach. So during the summer months actually, when you guys come over from Northern Europe, understandably, you know, you're on holiday, you've come over from somewhere that's like super cold, and you hit the beach like first thing in the morning, you tend to stay there all day. Us locals, we come round the other way, we tend to go to the beach before 9 o'clock in the morning, or we come out after 5:30, 6 o'clock. Because the longer you stay here, the more kind of, I don't know, the more local you become. When I first moved here, I was on the beach like literally all day, every single day. Every minute I could be on the beach, and every weekend I could be on the beach, I was on the beach. But now I feel like I kind of go brown in about 5 minutes, and 5 minutes on the beach and I'm done. So, now as I was saying before, this area's undergone quite a lot of regeneration, and up ahead of me is a little port, and there's a huge hoo-ha over the past few years that they're actually going to make this area into another Port Adriano or Puerto Portals, where you would just see lots of super yachts and exclusive clientele milling around the area. And understandably, hey, because this is such a Spanish area and it's so popular with the locals and for people coming out here on the weekends, that nobody wanted that. So a huge campaign was held down here to save the petite ports, they called it. And so it has been regenerated. The little tiny port that's down here has been rebuilt into a small port area. And I haven't been down here for a while, so I can just see it at the end. I'm trying to speed up to get to it. So we can see how big it was. It is now. But it was being built all over the winter. And it's actually starting to look quite nice as well. We have a little sailing club down here. I don't know whether that's moved either. So kids will come down here over the summer holidays. And like do sailing lessons as well. And they've got a nice restaurant in there as well. So I don't know whether that's all been redeveloped and rebuilt. You can see a beagle out for his walk. He's going for a dip. Glyn, you're glad that Mallorca's moving away from the drunk Brits image. Well, I'll tell you what, it's I was on the beach late in Palma Nova last night, and wow, has that atmosphere changed a lot down there. It's just got a different feel. It's I'm not sure if things are ever going to go back to the way they were. And I know, you know, obviously the government has a big problem with Magaluf. That's always been an issue down here, but you just get the feeling that there's another agenda here. Sorry to sound like like I'm kind of like making things up, but you know, it's just so strange out here that, you know, Europe's able to continue operating and allowing people to go on holiday, even in Germany with the coronavirus rates out there. I mean, people are being allowed to come here on holiday, but just not the Brits. So don't get me started on that. But yeah, Palma Nova had a really different feel last night. Okay, so this area is really being redeveloped quite a bit. There are no boats in here yet, actually, I can see, which is interesting, but hey. I'm actually going to head back to Palma Nova in a little while as well to go and meet up with a friend. So, but without you all, I must say, everyone who's wanting to come out for a holiday, you know, it's not the same without you. It just doesn't quite feel the same. Now look, I'm coming down the old part of We've just come through Molinar and we're coming into Portichol. And you can see these old fishing houses here. These are old fishermen's houses. And they were built ages ago. They haven't been knocked down. I can see someone's down in Magaluf and it's very relaxed. I can imagine, hey. So this is the new port area. Oh, I'm actually really unimpressed. That building right at the end that is appearing as a silhouette used to be a white restaurant. Used to do lovely seafood in there, but it's still just a shell. They haven't really done very much and no boats have come in here. So that's a bit rubbish. It's not looking great. But you've got some nice little bars down here too. And the good thing as well about this walk is that it is so accessible. So if you are here with little kids in a pram or a pushchair, or you're here on a mobility scooter or in a wheelchair, this area is tailor-made for you. Can Punta Port, this place has just reopened, and they've done it out as well. This used to be a very famous, cute little bar, but it's been gentrified. I keep using that term, but it's like one minute you see, let me just check for traffic, form of bikes. One minute you see a bar that you knew for many years, and then suddenly it's had the modern touch to it and had the heart and soul ripped out of it, and it's something new. Okay, someone just asked, any reopening going on? I read somewhere today actually that half the hotels are open. I'm guessing the half the hotels that are closed are largely up in Alcudia or maybe on the east coast, but apparently half the hotels are open, so how true that statistic is, I don't know, because I'm just walking past so many closed hotels at the moment, especially down in Palma de Mallorca as well. And I'm waiting for an ex-colleague of mine who works for a chain down there to give me an update as to opening dates down in Palma de Mallorca. There's some very big hotels too. I think the San Matthews Beach in Palma de Mallorca, that's closed until mid-July. I hope you're enjoying these views, guys, and the sun isn't like whiting out the picture. But I mean, we're getting to just like the nicest part of the day. Now, there's a restaurant across the road here as well, which is it used to be at least another great paella restaurant. And it's changed hands from when I used to come here, and I can't actually see the name of it. It's called Isi or something, I think. Not too sure, but another great place. If you remember that place, if you ever come down here, pop in there, it's fab. So I'm going to wind up this live in a minute because we've come all the way along into Portichol. So please guys, if you're, I'm going to say again, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Let me hit my target. I'm going to have new content. I'm working on some new resources as well, coming up in the future as well. I'm going to expand the channel a little. I'll keep that under wraps for the time being. Oh, this is sad. Okay, there's a corner bar here, which used to always be open, and another great place to go for tapas, but that's currently shut. If anyone's looking to move out here and looking for business opportunities, I think there are plenty, hey? Hi from Corfu. Hi, nice to see you from Corfu. Glenn, you wish you could live here. I've got to say, I've got no, apart from missing my family, I really don't regret living here at all. I think it's a fantastic place. And you can see why this is one of my favourite areas as well. There's a little beach over here as well, another little beach, the Portichol beach. It's still busy, got lots of families down here who are going to stay down here until, I dare say, they'll get kicked off when it's 10 o'clock. I'm not even sure if the police are doing that at the moment. It would be a little bit mean, I think, but hey. Anyway, there's nobody around me, I'm going to pull my mask down. Okay, so, thanks very much for joining me, guys. It's been really great to have all of you on this live, and I'm really sorry once again I couldn't read your comments. It's so tricky, it's really hard to multitask doing this, but as I said before, please give me, oh, hi from Sweden. Hi, if you enjoyed this live, please give it the thumbs up, share the video with your friends. If you know of anyone that's coming out to Mallorca in the next few weeks, come down to Portichol, come down to Ciudad Jardin, come and support the local businesses as well. Don't just stay in your hotels and eat there. There's so much choice, there's so many places to eat. I mean, this is just a fantastic place to come down to. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, everyone. I've got a new video coming out in the next few days. I can't promise when, but it'll be out when it's done. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.